Hey everyone, feels weird to be doing a video that isn't really topical like my normal stuff, but I thought that since I've gotten a couple of questions about it in the past, I'd show you what my recording setup looks like. Not to show anything off, of course, as there are many other YouTubers out there with far more impressive setups than mine. I want to show you any curious people how they might essentially duplicate my setup because I would have appreciated being able to shortcut to this kind of sound right off the bat when I started this. Unfortunately, that just wasn't available to me. You'll probably hear me complain a lot about the audio in my Demon Souls no damage videos because the commentary sound quality, frankly, is ass. It really pains me that something I put so much effort into for the gameplay has been forever paired with kind of shitty audio. So if I can help you avoid making the same mistake, that'd be really, really good because I so often I look back at that series and I think I wish I could just, take the same commentary, even though my commentary was less experienced than it is now, take the same commentary and just make it sound like my commentary does now, which to me sounds much better than it used to. But this is going to be part of a two-part video series. The first one is just going to be dealing with information about my setup. In the first video, we'll just have take a look at my setup and how it runs. I'll tell you how much it costs to get it up and running and why I prefer this to my old setup. In the second video, I'll show you what I do to record commentary over a video in Adobe Premiere and Audacity, and what I do to get it sounding a little bit better in Adobe Audition. Now let's get into my equipment. I have a Rode Podcaster microphone, which is a USB microphone, so there's no fancy XLR shit going on here, and it's part of what makes this package really affordable. I have the microphone sitting in a Rode PSM-1 shock mount, which basically keeps the vibrations from hitting the table or accidentally bumping the pop filter and such with your mouth. It keeps all those vibrations from affecting the microphone because that can translate to rumbling sounds on the end recording, really bassy ones that you can't quite get out yourself. Now, as I've said, this shock mount is connected to a boom arm. The boom arm is a Rode PSA-1, so everything I'm using is from Rode. To my knowledge, they're an Australian company, and they have very good products, so I highly, highly recommend them. The stand is highly flexible and can stretch a very long way to allow me to do my recordings at my desk or facing my TV, and basically makes recording no chore at all because of how easy it is to just swing it out and let the microphone hover while I talk and play. And of course, let's not forget the Nady MPF6 pop filter for keeping those nasty plosives away. I just clip it to the bottom of the arm. Basically, how I play is that I sit down in my chair, pull the mic down so that it sits comfortably about 4 to 10 inches away from my mouth and doesn't obstruct my field of view of the monitor or the TV. I hit the relevant record button in either Audacity or Premiere. I hold the controller in my lap underneath the microphone so that it's in the dead zone. And after I'm done, I swing the arm away and that's that. I like this setup because it's incredibly convenient. Being in my room, I can record in total privacy, and because my microphone is on the rotating arm, I can just swing it out of the way so that it doesn't bother me while I'm doing other things unrelated to gaming in my room, which is really, really, really handy. I like this particular microphone for a few reasons, and I want to get into them because they were a big determining factor in why I bought it. It's relatively inexpensive. It was $220 to $250 for a microphone. It sounds pretty damn good in my opinion. It's a lot better than the Snowball that I had, and the Snowball was consequently a lot better than the old headset mic that I used to use, and before that, the laptop microphone that I used, and those recordings didn't even make it onto YouTube, so I don't quite have any examples to go back to right now, but trust me, they're there. It has a unidirectional pattern for picking up sound, which means that it mostly captures sound from directly in front of it, a lot like a vocal microphone on a stage, like that a singer would use. The Snowball and other microphones like it tend to advertise the fact that they have a cardioid setting on it that will capture sound only from the front. But in my experience, the Snowball captured pretty much everything that was going on around it, regardless of which setting you set it to. So I would, at this stage, I wouldn't recommend a Snowball to anyone, even though it is quite cheap and affordable, and the sound is good. I know quite a few YouTubers that still use Snowballs, and their sound is absolutely fine. But I wouldn't necessarily recommend it myself, is all I'm saying, because I used to get really bad echo. So generally, I'd like to stop people from making the same mistake that I did. Now, why is the unidirectional thing important, apart from the fact that it just captures your voice? Well, my voice floods the microphone from the front, and as a consequence, because my voice is kind of loud into the microphone, it doesn't pick up much of anything from anywhere else. The exception to this is like loud sounds from my mechanical keyboard clicks, but even those can be disguised with some post-processing. Basically, the number one reason I got this particular microphone was because of this pattern. It barely picks up the sounds of a controller being used if I'm talking at the same time, which makes it ideal for live commentary and just generally that sort of thing. For video game commentary, I would not recommend any microphone better than this one. Granted, I haven't used a whole lot of microphones, but this one is the one that I have been most pleased with so far. But now we have to get into what it all costs. The microphone, as I've said before, can be as much as $250 Australian, and I've seen about 200 to 220 USD. The shock mount was about $50 Australian, again, about 35 US dollars. The arm was 130 Australian, and about 100 to 90 to 100 US dollars. That basically means that this setup is going to run you about 430 Australian dollars, or maybe about 350 odd US dollars before shipping. It sounds expensive, but in the world of microphones, this is kind of pathetic. It's paltry. It's not much at all. It is a really good bargain for someone looking to get a nice sounding setup for podcasts or video game commentary, any kind of thing like that. It's idiot proof as well, so there's no drivers, it just plugs in and it works as long as you have a USB port. So that about does it for the first video. In the next part, for those who are interested, I'll take you through the process of recording and editing with this setup. The annotation link should be up about now. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.